Hello everyone and welcome to the Race Monkey. Today we are surrounded by Tata's finest SUVs that now come with this special Kaziranga edition. There have been quite a lot of fascinating changes on the inside and on the outside as well, and we're going to talk you through each and every one of them and what all has been updated in these wonderful looking SUVs. Starting with their flagship, which is the Tata Safari, looking beautiful in this grassland beige shade. There have been quite a lot of things that have been changed on the exterior. Let's talk you through it. The front grille gets the blacked out tri-arrow design. The headlamps get blacked out surrounds. There is a matte black rhino motif on the front fenders commemorating the Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary. These darkened out alloy wheels which do look very cohesive with the new paint. There are blackened out elements in the door handles. Blackened out strip on the roof which has the Safari applique, and the Safari logo which has a matte finish black effect which looks very sporty indeed. The rear of the Tata Safari on the whole looks very mean. The cabin of the Tata Safari is one of my favorite places to be in. Everything you touch and feel is high quality. We got soft touch plastics on top of the dashboard. All the touch points feel nice and tactile, also soft. This interior is a mix of the dark edition and the adventure persona, with a lot of dark edition elements thrown here and there, with a dollop of this wood grain which does make the interior much more opulent than it was. What also adds up to the spice are these dual tone seats which do look very luxurious indeed. These seats also have a ventilation function which is an essential add-on for a hot country like ours during summer. What has also come as a welcome addition is the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with the Harman touchscreen system, and a wireless mobile phone charger which was long due since the beginning. Rear seat space in the Tata Safari is one of my favorites, and with this captain seat configuration, it is actually a tad bit better than its competition. What makes it even better are these ventilated seats at the rear. Yes, Tata Safari gets rear ventilated seats, which is quite a welcome addition again for the hot summers that we have in our country. The next car that gets ventilated seats at the rear, remember, is the Range Rover. So you're not spending that much and you're still getting that luxury feature. For the rear seat passengers, especially when you're chauffeur driven, this is one of the best things to have. What we have over here is an add-on accessory that has been provided by Tata Motors, especially for the Kaziranga edition, which has a lot of pockets for your bottle, for different things that you want to carry around when you're going out on that adventure. What also makes it a very comfortable affair here at the back seat in the second and the third row are these slidable chairs, which do liberate quite a lot of room for the rear seat passengers. You can either take it all the way forward if your driver is a bit of a midget, or you can take it all the way back if you want more legroom. What other car in this segment has it? The XUV? No. But otherwise, this rear seat space is the best, hands down. Now, let's talk about the highest selling SUV in its segment, the Nexon. In this grassland beige shade, it looks even more exciting. And there are quite a lot of quirks and features around on the exterior on this car as well. Let's take you through them. The Nexon also gets the blacked out rhino motif, blacked out Nexon emblem, blacked out strip in the middle of the tail lamp cluster, blacked out alloy wheels, and a blacked out front grille which looks very menacing with this grassland beige paint shade. And now we are inside the Nexon, and there's a reason why this is the highest selling SUV in its class. It's because the amount of space and quality it has on the inside. Now, nothing has changed at large when it comes to the opulence inside the cabin. There is a bit of an element from the dark edition, like these blackened out bezels around the central console, the black door handles and the blacked out steering modules. But what adds up to the luxury quotient is this wood grain panel on the dashboard and these dual tone seats, which do have a little rhino motif. Looks very, very nice indeed. Otherwise, the cabin is pretty much unchanged. I wish they would have put the Part digital instrument cluster from the Nexon EV and the Tata Punch in this, because this does look a bit shortchanged to what it has right now. What has now become a great deal with this Nexon Kaziranga edition is that the front seats are now ventilated. The only car up till now that had front ventilated seats was the Kia Sonet. The Tata Nexon gets it too now, and it does up that luxury quotient in this SUV. Add to that, we still have the sunroof. We have each and every function that was there before, and it is still one of the greatest front cabins in its class. The backseat situation in the Nexon remains unchanged. We still have these wonderfully cushy rear seats, which I've spent around 1,000 kilometers in 3 years ago, and there was no complaint whatsoever traveling in it. Add on to that, these dual tone seats make it to the back as well, and this very well travel organizer, which is a part of the accessories with the Kaziranga edition. Otherwise, there is no change whatsoever in the rear seat situation. This is the punch in the face of the automotive industry in India. There's nothing like it under 10 lakh rupees. And with its first limited edition model, which is the Kaziranga edition, it looks absolutely brilliant. Let's take you through around the car and see what has changed on this one. The Punch gets the darkened headlamp surrounds, blacked out front grille and a tinted DRL LED cluster, blacked out rhino motif, black alloy wheel design which is diamond cut and looks brilliant, and a blacked out Punch emblem at the boot lid, which just adds up that sportiness. Call the Punch the mini Defender, and that is for a good reason. The dashboard design is very much reminiscent of that of the Defender, and these blackened out elements in this massive beige element that has been slapped in the middle of the dashboard does make it even closer in terms of looks to that of the Defender. Everything else looks pretty much similar. We've got dual tone seats with that rhino motif on the headrest, blackened out door handles, and some dark elements which do make it feel a bit on the sportier side. You also get an add-on accessory of the stitched leather case for your keys, which does remind you that you own a Kaziranga edition. And what is also common across all the Kaziranga edition SUVs are these rhino motifed footmats, which do look quite interesting and do make the Kaziranga edition cars stand out from all the other cars in its class. What is a Tata Motors SUV lineup with a special edition if we do not include the Harrier in it? This is the SUV that was launched 3 years ago, which started off a revolution for Tata Motors. The Harrier was based on Land Rover's Omega Arc architecture, and it really truly is one of the best rough-roadable SUVs that is on sale in India today. One of my favorites as well. So, with this new Kaziranga edition, let's walk around and see what all has been updated. The headlamp cluster of the Harrier gets the black surrounds, blacked out elements in the front grille with matte finish which makes it look very, very rugged, blacked out details in the door handles, black rhino motif, gloss black Harrier roof strip, and a blackened out rear logo on the boot lid, which does up the game in terms of the looks. So now we are on the inside of the Harrier, the SUV that started it all, and things haven't changed that much on the inside of the Harrier. The interior space looks very much reminiscent to that of the Tata Safari, minus a few things. We still get this physical aircraft style handbrake, which should have been omitted, and Tata could have given that electronic handbrake with the auto hold function at this price point. Otherwise, there have been an omission of the wireless charger which you only get in the Tata Safari and not the Harrier, and a bit of touch points which do feel a little low end surprisingly. Otherwise, this cabin is very ergonomic. I've spent many hours in the last few years in the Tata Harrier, and this has been one of the most comfortable cabins to drive long distances in. And to add to that comfort level, this Harrier also gets the front ventilated seats to make that long journey extra comfortable. You still have that massive panoramic sunroof to liberate in a lot of light to these much darker interiors. We still get that JBL surround sound system and these dual tone seats which are a part of the Kaziranga edition, which make the interiors look that much more luxurious. What we also get are these special edition Kaziranga umbrellas which you can put in these door pockets, and a special Kaziranga edition bottle which does feel high quality, to be honest. But these are all a part of the additional accessories that you get from Tata Motors. Which of these 4 SUVs is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Well, my favorite has to be the Tata Safari because it epitomizes luxury as well as space management on the inside. Add to that a few extra features that are over the Harrier. We hope that these features do get carried over to the other variants as well in the future, and it does make up to be one of the greatest SUVs for your family in today's time. Well, not to say that all these cars are extremely well loaded and are going to be alluring you quite a lot. Thank you for tuning in to the Race Monkey. I hope you liked the video. Please hit the subscribe button and do like this video. Do share it with your friends who would want to buy one of these cars and let us know. Please drive safe, wear your seatbelts and your helmets always.